We have breaking news at this hour. The Israeli military says they are currently conducting extensive strikes in Gaza. The Israeli Defense Forces and Israeli Securities Agency say they are targeting terror targets belonging to Hamas. The strikes throw into doubt the fragile ceasefire that is held for nearly 2 months. The attacks come after President Trump issued what he called a last warning to Hamas last week to release all the remaining hostages being held in Gaza. The president said the U.S. was giving its full support to Israel to, quote, finish the job if the hostages were not freed. What are their goals militarily speaking?
You know, it sounds very easy to say, Stephanie, and we've heard this from Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu so many times, right? It's to destroy Hamas. The question is, what does that look like? And the biggest question that Israelis are asking is public, what happens to the hostages? You fought this war to repatriate the hostages. You entered those negotiations to repatriate those hostages, but where are they? So there are 59 hostages, living and dead. A very senior source told me that Israel believes at this point that there are only 21 living hostages, and it seems that Israel may be willing to roll the dice here. Unclear how far they're willing to go and risk the lives of the remaining hostages in order to try to hit areas that they hadn't hit before, like the center of Gaza, which is largely still intact because that's where it was believed that the Israeli hostages were being held. But remember, there are American hostages, there are Argentine hostages from various nations who have dual Israeli and other citizenship. So it's very complicated, and many Israeli rank and file folks are just wondering, well, what's going to happen? Are these other people going to get killed? That's a very major fear, and that's going to be very hard for Netanyahu to play. He's got a lot of pressure coming from his base to keep fighting. But a lot of the rest of Israel says, no, we need to get those hostages home any way we can, Stephanie.